Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Actually, who the flyers in the room?
Fuck and nigga shut the fuck up, man. I taught him how to fucking rap, damn near, and the fuck you mean? Goofy? Are you stupid?
The Buster, he's a weirdo. Niggas will whoop his ass in real life. He behind the camera, and you guys just let clowns be clowns, man. Like I was on Everyday Struggle, and I walked out just because, you know, I'm not a clown. I don't come from that world of like you make jokes about. We used to fuck niggas up. Excuse me, are we live?
No, we can bleep this.
We used to fuck niggas up for trying to film fights.
Right.
In the hood.
Yeah.
Nigga, you fight. What you doing with the camera? We gonna make you fight, nigga.
Yeah.
Fuck wrong with you, boy?
Yeah.
We ain't covering no drama. That's called instigating.
Right.
And what's up with you while you at it, nigga?
Right.
So, you know, niggas like him get weeded out quick. He got a little internet runny going on, but, you know, we just gotta let himself destruct because he's on the path.
The things that they're putting in their music is, we're gonna run off on the plug. We're gonna take this, we're gonna take that. But you laughing because it's funny, because you on the show. But you ain't saying that shit when your little homie getting his head knocked off, nigga.
You're right, because that is one of the things.
Absolutely, I know I'm right. You ain't never been there. Like, you don't know what I'm talking about. But at the end of the day, it's cool. But if you gotta go bury a nigga, and you gotta pay for a nigga funeral because he listening to this shit and he thinking it's cool, you know what I'm saying? He running out here because that's the code, that's the rules. Wherever you're gonna get the street rules from, the code, but our culture leaders.
Ballsy things to say that you said. Those are ballsy things to say, not coming from a ballsy person. Pause. But those are brave things to say, and I don't take you for a brave man. I really think that that's cowardice. I think that entire perspective that I'm gonna make a life off of joking about these young black men killing each other, that's coward shit, man. And you wouldn't say it to nobody to make a video series, you're not even from Chicago, called The War in Chirac, where you go into the smallest details of like murders. What is that? Like, that's, you know what, that's just like, that's parasitic. That's what they do to our culture from the outside. And that's exactly what you do to our culture from the outside. You're like basically one of those little kids that makes like fan fiction on the internet, and they just like create these worlds about people they don't even know. It's just kind of sick when it's real people dying young. I'm at those funerals. I just left one of those funerals on Friday. You feel me? From a 22-year-old shot 5 times on 61st Street. And that's something that you would take. I'm happy he wasn't a rapper, so you wouldn't clown him. Cause Trey, Nigel was my fucking brother. That's my brother I grew up with since age 5. And to see you clown him, and I know you wouldn't clown him if you ever saw us outside of a safe, controlled environment, man, that's some whole shit.
So Akademiks, I don't agree that you're causing anybody to
gotta be delicate about it, bro.
But you have a lot of people who have felt that you have manipulated, that word that you chose to use, manipulated a number of things as well. How do you feel in regards to that?
That was a very interesting piece of audio. I think it's aged rather well. I'll say this though, you know, I'll address each one of those situations. First and foremost, rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. You know, his comments, which, you know, when people are trying to create whatever narrative about you, this is why words are very important. People are gonna pick whatever they want to pick. Nobody cares about the fact that I've said, Karen Sibler said, me and Nipsey, we got on the phone, we chopped it up. It was definitely a, you know, misunderstanding. Also, when he spoke about, you know, and this has happened multiple times with me. When he spoke about walking out of Everyday Struggle, it had nothing to do with me, but he took it. He took it like it was because of me. I'll give you some more information on it. So at the time, Tekashi 6ix9ine was one of the hottest artists on the planet. He was going viral every day. We do a show 4 days a week. We have to speak on the trending topics that we have to debate it. You know, we were a current event debate show. And people should know this on big production sets. Like, Akademiks isn't there writing the topics on camera, working the cameras, editing the videos. I do it for my YouTube videos, but I don't do it when I'm working at Complex. I show up, I get prepped by a producer, an associate producer. They tell me what we're going to talk about. I talk about it with, the person who I'm going to speak with or debate with. At the time, it was Wayno. And we speak with the moderator. It happens at First Take. It happens at every place you could see where there's debate. This definitely happens, I know, with Skip and Shannon, right? Our associate producer goes to the green room because Nipsey showed up willingly to the building. He was booked to be on the show. He wanted to talk about his album. Now we ran into this issue with multiple people where people didn't obey or care that much about the format of the show. The show was not an interview show. It's not the Breakfast Club. It wasn't meant to just only talk about your album or what you wanted to do. It was supposed to be, we will talk about some of the stuff you have coming up, but you should join, just like you don't show up to First Take and say, fuck the playoffs. Let's talk about this. No, even if you're going to get a chance to plug whatever you want to plug, you're going to discuss the playoffs. That's just how it is. You're just another opinion that gets to debate. Or to keep it real, you could also not say anything. No one is forcing anyone to say anything. So anyway, our producer brings a list of questions to Nipsey. Nipsey sees it, and I had no idea. By the way, I had no idea him and 6ix9ine. Well, I mean, I guess we could probably deduce that or assume that, but like I didn't know. He felt whatever about 6ix9ine. I don't think he ever spoke on record about him at that time. And he told our producer, "Yo, I don't want to talk about 6ix9ine." The producer came back to us, be like, "Hey." I forgot what the topic was. It was a really big story at the time. 6ix9ine did some wild shit the day before. It was like, hey, our lead story he doesn't want to talk about. And I was like, all right, we could scrap it. Now there was other stories. I believe the second one was like a story about Birdman and Wayne. They brought the remaining topics to him. He then said, I don't want to talk about, matter of fact, nothing but me. So now that puts us in a bind. We have somebody who, Complex is reaching out to people's PR team. They're not just hitting up, like, for my podcast, I hit up people directly. So, like, if I was doing some weird shit on my podcast and people didn't know, well, I'm not briefing them on shit, right? But, like, this is Complex. This is their booking team. They're basically sending examples of the show. They're telling you exactly there's no surprises. So now we have somebody who's there who doesn't want to do topics. So we then do any current event topics about artists. We're then trying to appease them. We're trying to cook up topics, basically, which we call evergreen, just about just the music industry in general. Like, we could just shoot the shit. We got to shoot an episode, right? He then says, hey, listen, and this is the message he sends to producer, because I never saw him or talked to him. He said, listen, with all due respect to Akademicks and whatever he has going on, I don't want to be involved in discussing these topics. I am leaving. And he left. And honestly, I don't think it was kind of weird that he mentioned me, because I don't make topics. But okay. Then I hear him on, the radio show basically saying I walked out of his show because I forgot what his exact words is. And because he's passed away, I feel like it's tasteless to continue, and there's no need to defend any side of it. But just to give context on it, it was definitely, I believe on his side, he thought, Akademicks is trying to lure me into speaking about an artist I don't want to. And then even when I said no to that, he wants me to speak about other artists, and he just wasn't with it. He blamed the whole thing on me. But if you guys were familiar with Complex at the time, especially after Joe left, people used to be mad at Complex.
I talk about